Lissa Kay walked into the studio, quite disturbed. On the drive to work, she saw symbols, disturbing symbols, displayed openly. On banners, stenciled on vehicles, even painted on people's faces were eagles, lions, swords, old flags, raider sigils, things that should never be shown openly. It was obscene and terrifying. Her boss, Bigel Kara, smiled as she logged into her terminal. "Good afternoon, Lissa," he said, his crest inflating in a friendly manner. "Quite the week, huh?" "Yeah," she said quietly. "I'm glad to see you are still well," he said, still trying to engage her in conversation. "I've been keeping to myself as best as I can," she replied. "Smart, quite wise," he said and paused. Lissa, my family has a lake house in a fairly remote area. We were thinking about setting it up with a makeshift studio. You know, for some of our human employees. You could go out there if you wanted. Till things get better." "That would be great, thanks," she replied with a distant voice as she looked at the latest news. It was getting bad and fast. Bigel Kara was a little nonplussed. He expected a bit more enthusiasm over his offer. "Great," he said with a little forced cheerfulness. "As soon as you can grab some things and get scanned, let me know." "Cool," Lissa said after a few seconds. Gel," she said quietly, "maybe you and your family should get over there as well." "We couldn't," he replied. "We need all the space for the humans. We would be taking up—" "Then get them out of this city, away from the humans." "Why?" "It's getting ugly out there, Gel. You need to get your wife and kids out now." "I'm sure the police and the Federation emergency response teams should be able to keep us safe," Bigel Kara said confidently. "I'm not kidding, Gel. Get them out." Okay, he replied. "I'll think about it," he said, his crest deflating. She wasn't the first to mention something like that. Maybe he should. "Have a good broadcast." "Yeah, thanks," Lissa said absently, as she read a report of a bombing of a Federation response team HQ. Musical intro plays as the station's logo is displayed. Lissa appeared on the screen. "Good afternoon, Zarin 7. It's Lissa Kay here on Sunshine Radio, your favorite source of music, videos, news, weather, and sports. I know it's getting a bit rough out there, but happy thoughts, people. Things are going to get better." She smiled up at the camera. "Okay, let's open up the phones and take some requests." She pressed an icon on her touchscreen. "Hello, it's Lissa. What can I play for you today?" "Hi, Lissa, love ya," a human male's voice responded. "And I love you too," she responded brightly. "What happy thoughts can we serve up for you today?" "Could you play Fire and Blood?" I don't think we have that one." "Nope, don't have it. Bye." She quickly disconnected. "Hello? Lissa here. What happy thoughts can I send your way?" "How about From the Heavens We Fall?" a cheerful woman asked. Lissa replied. "Don't have that one either, sorry," she said with forced cheer as Damn Here punched the disconnect icon. "Hello, Sunshine Radio, your favorite source of happy thoughts," she said, gritting her teeth. "Oh, I am a huge fan, Lissa," a young man enthused, "and I'm a fan of you too." Lissa said, making one of her trademark cute faces at the camera. "What can I get you?" "Me and the boys would just love to hear Skin and Bones." "Dude," Lissa said in a less than cute voice and hung up. "Guys, come on," she implored. "Let's try to keep it upbeat. We do happy thoughts here. Happy thoughts, please." An icon flashed on her screen. "Oh, we have a video call," she said as she pressed another icon. A pretty blonde teen girl, a classic cheerleader type, appeared on the screen. "Woo!" she yelled. "Hey guys, I got through!" she exclaimed as she turned what was probably her phone towards the room filled with teenage girls, all holding big plastic cups. "Hi, Lissa!" they all yelled. "Woo! Woo, back!" Lissa exclaimed. "You guys aren't breaking isolation, are you? We're celebrating!" the cheerleader exclaimed. "Woo! Well, it's great that you have something to celebrate these days," Lissa replied with a smile. Finally, she thought to herself, just some drunk teenagers. "Bleep yeah, we do. Woo, bleep yeah!" the cheerleader screamed. "Ha ha!" Lissa laughed. "Let's watch that language," she fake chided. "So what are we celebrating?" "The best bleeping news," the cheerleader screeched. "Hey, the nerds want more pizza!" Another athletic girl shouted as she walked in, her shirt stained with splotches where she probably spilled her drink. Then get more bleeping pizza, get them whatever they want. Gah! The cheerleader yelled. Cards on the table! I'll get them the pizza! The other girl yelled. You do whatever they want yourself, skank! Lissa couldn't help but laugh. You girls getting some poor guys to do your assignments for you? She asked. Yeah. The cheerleader laughed wickedly, her eyes flashing with an ugly light. Something like that. Poor guys, Lissa chuckled. So what is the party for? The bleeping devil is on her golden throne, the cheerleader shouted at the top of her lungs. Woo! She yelled as she took a big drink from her cup. Something red spilled out and started to stain her shirt. Lissa's blood ran cold. What? You bleeping heard me! The devil is on her throne! This party is about to get bleeping started! Woo! Ha! Lissa laughed nervously. I really doubt that's the case, and you little girls shouldn't talk about things you don't understand. Oh yeah, bleep! The cheerleader laughed as she yanked up her top, revealing a very fresh, still bloody tattoo. Her lean belly was covered with a downward-pointing sword with angel wings on either side, going down through an 8-pointed star of chaos with a skull entwined with roses in the middle. The Black Angels. Lissa's heart froze as she stabbed the disconnect icon so hard it hurt her finger. She looked up at the camera with terrified eyes and flailed at play random on the music video cue. She put her face in her hands. There were certain symbols, certain glyphs, certain tattoos that will get you killed even today. The Sword of the Black Angels was one of them. The only people who could wear that and live were full members. And the only way you can be a full member was... Oh, God. Lissa realized in horror what was in that cup. Lissa took a deep, shuddering breath. Was she saying the truth? Was the devil actually back? If Jessica Morgan... Oh, no. Lissa thought, filled with fear. If that was true, then it's over. It's fucking over. Gwendolyn Shea grinned as the screen went dead and flipped her hair. She selected a name on her phone. Hey, Graham, she laughed. Yeah, I sent the message. It was all over Sunshine Radio. You should have seen her fucking face. Gwen laughed. See you soon, love ya. Bye. As soon as the call ended, Gwen looked at the room. All right, bitches, she shouted. Time to scoot. Grab the nerds and load up the vans. We need to get gone before the cops show. Woo! Goo! Angels! Woo! Everyone yelled as they jumped to their feet. As she walked towards the garage, Gwen glanced over at the 2 butchered Xenos laying in the hallway and smiled. She walked over and ripped out some feathers. Who knew they would be so tasty? This was going to be so much fun. Lissa was still sitting with her face in her hands when her boss stormed in. What in blazes is going on? He demanded. The phones are going crazy and all you are doing is just playing videos. This is a personality-based segment and there is no personality. Gel, Lissa said quietly, get your family out of the city now. What's going on, Lissa? The devil is on her throne, Gel. It's over. I heard that, he exclaimed. That little girl said that and then you just lost your, stuff. What does it mean? It means, Lissa replied, that Jessica Morgan has assumed command of the great houses. It means the Saul Wars, Gel. That's what it means. You can't be serious, he replied. Just because some kid... She bore the mark of the Black Angels? So, some kid buys a stick-on from some mall? No, Gel. They will kill you if you wear their mark without earning it, and to earn it, Lissa said grimly, it means that out there someone is dead, Gel. You only get the wings after your first raid, your first meal. Creators, he gasped. I'll call the police, he said. And then I'll call my wife. Lissa just nodded and put her head back into her hands. Musical intro plays as the station's logo is displayed. A handsome polka appeared. Good afternoon, he said brightly. Lissa is feeling a bit under the weather, so you guys are stuck with me. Helmish Loa here, making your afternoon filled with just a little more sunshine. It seems that we are having a little problem with the phones at the moment, so just sit back, relax, and enjoy the best music and videos of today and yesteryear. Jessica Morgan watched the news feeds with a little smirk. The Zarin system was having a fit. Images of a slaughtered Creenell couple, pixelated of course, were all over the feeds, along with reports that parts of them had been cooked and eaten in their own kitchen. She chuckled. Leave it to the Black Angels to make an impression. She looked at an image of Gwen Shea and grinned. She was perfect, just the cutest little thing, and then the surprise reveal of the mark and the carnage. Just perfect. She smiled nostalgically. It was also like looking back in time. Damned if she wasn't the spitting image of her namesake, the original Gwen Shea. She wondered if she was going to get her incisors replaced with titanium fangs as well. Probably. The Angels liked shit like that. They were animals, but very, very useful ones, among the best shock troops she had, and unquestionably the masters of terror. One of the monitors switched to an official-looking polka. She switched audio over to that channel. It was a Federation stuffed shirt loudly proclaiming that enough was enough, and that they were declaring martial law not only on Zarin 7, but here in the Ray-Lesh system, and all other human enclaves. She smiled. Perfect! She pulled up a map and nodded. Sasha's weapons were being distributed very efficiently. Missile ships and transports loaded with Terran AKs were already reaching both systems, and all major human enclaves across the Federation, as well as all designated transport vessels, were reaching their destinations well ahead of schedule. She looked at her antique watch and frowned. It was still hours before her one glass of port. Sobriety was annoying. She called for another coffee, maybe just a little blow, just a bump. She made an unhappy face. Generals don't snort lines off of their maps. It was just poor practice. She looked at her watch again. Ugh. She pulled up the strategic projections and smiled again. By the time that the expected Federation reinforcements arrived, everything would be ready for them. The door opened to her war room and two people walked in. Her grandson and one of her great-granddaughters walked in nervously. "Sebastian, Bella, hello," she said brightly. "Good afternoon, grandmother," Sebastian said hesitantly. "I called you two here," she said with a maternal smile, "to answer the huge question in both of your minds, namely why you didn't get one of the special glasses." "I was wondering," Sebastian said with a gulp. Bella just nodded with big eyes. "As I said last night," she smiled, "there's no place for the useless. Neither of you are in that category. But," Sebastian stammered, "while your chosen occupations, if they can be called that, aren't ones that I would have picked for you, nor ones that I have supported. You, both of you, have devoted yourselves and honed your craft, and more importantly, your minds and spirits. You both have something to offer." "We do?" Bella asked, a bit confused. "Yes," Jessica said with a smile. "Both music," she said to Bella with a smile, "and art," she said glancing at Sebastian, "are very useful." She stood and started to pace. "War isn't fought with guns and ships. It is fought with the mind and the spirit, and both of you have great minds and great spirits. Defying me to my face, as both of you have already know, isn't for the weak." She turned to look at both of them. "Have you read your assigned reading?" "Yes, ma'am," Bella exclaimed nervously. "Calm down, dear," Jessica said with a warm smile. "The culling was a one-time thing. You passed. Relax." "Yes, ma'am." "I am pleased that you are motivated, though," Jessica laughed. "You will read Sun Tzu every single day until you can recite each word by heart. Even after that, you will spend at least an hour each day reading and pondering the significance of each single word, as I still do. His wisdom is every bit as relevant today as it ever was." She looked at them both. "You do this, and you will see how both of you can be quite useful." "But I'm just an artist, a painter, and not a very good one at that," Sebastian protested. "Don't sell yourself short," Jessica said warmly. "You might just be amazed what even a failed painter can accomplish under the right circumstances. Let me tell you both a little story.